Apiwat and Anupab have different styles, so do Adam and Aslan.
So does Zakwan. Zakwan is very smooth. So is Kazma. Right then, it'll be 12 laps of the track, the ASB 1000cc. As Aslan Shah Kamruzama, defending champion, gets into position. He's starting P number 10 as the green flag is dropped. I've not seen that before. Right, we wait for the red lights to go off, and we are underway. Kazma Daniel gets off to a poor start, and he is swallowed up by the group. That's twice in a row. Little shake of the head from Kazma Daniel. And Zakwan Zaidi and Haruki once again get off to a decent start.
This time it's Zakwan.
Zakwan leads in to corner number 1 as they come down the hill. Tricky little transition that from corner 1 into corner number 2. Kazma Daniel is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th from P1 to P7. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a worse start than he made yesterday for sure. And this time it's Zakwan that gets into the lead, being chased by Haruki, and Apiwat having an early look too, making his presence felt. And there goes the 21-year-old Japanese into the lead.
He doesn't wait for anybody, Haruki, does he? He likes to go for it, and Haruki has the lead.
He expects to win, and now Apiwat is through on Zakwan as well. So Haruki Noguchi, Apiwat and Zakwan lead the way.
Haruki's positions so far this season: 4, 3, 2. What comes next?
And well, just behind these four, Des, is Gerry Salim, which is a good thing to see.
Quite right, he's not had the best of luck so far, Gerry Salim. An absentee is the Ducati of Titipong Guaracorn, who's not in Malaysia. That means the only Ducati is that of TJ Alberto, who at the moment is just leading Ahmed Daniel Heikel in P11.
Let's take a look now. I think that's Adam Norridin through to P4, and trying to get in touch with these. It'd be good to see a BMW in the mix, wouldn't it?
Haruki leads. Zakwan is in P3.
Gerry getting shoved back this time, I think, by Anupab. Wheelies out of that corner, so lost himself a bit more traction.
It is the BMW of Adam Norridin, who's done very nicely to get himself up into P4. Goes just a little bit wide, but holds onto it. So Haruki leads, as we've seen so often before. There is Kazma Daniel down in P6. Dreadful start, and it really does hurt. It means he's dropped down 2 seconds, nearly 2 seconds, 1.8 behind Haruki Noguchi. That means he's got work to do just to catch up.
Yeah, and Apiwat came up so fast behind Haruki under braking, he almost hit the back, locked the front for a moment there. So he's now back in 3rd. Zakwan took advantage of that.
Zakwan in P2. 2nd fastest in qualification, but my word, Haruki Noguchi has gone out like a house on fire.
He expects to win, doesn't he? He absolutely does. You could see that on the grid. You could see it in his disappointment at P2 yesterday. He really expects to win, and that win is going to come someday, and it might be this day.
Just 21 years of age, an aggressive racer. Zakwan has to hunker down. Behind him you've got Apiwat Wongtananon on the Yamaha. Then you've got the BMW. The BMW would be desperate to get some consistent performance out of them. From Adam Norridin, because Kazma is in the far distance. Actually, no, he's just coming through, trying to get through Kazma. Not Kazma, sorry, Aslan Shah.
Let's take a look.
So there is on board with Aslan Shah.
Yeah, it's Aslan going around. Yeah, that's Aslan going around Gerry, and he's got Yuki Ito behind him. And that's Kazma on the back of that group.
We're on board with Kazma Daniel, bottom right of the screen. It shows how much work he's got to do to get in front. He's got Anupab in front of him. He's going alongside Anupab. Anupab's bike disappears just on the left-hand side on this long straight as they come into the hairpin at the end. Late on the brakes, and Kazma's made up 1 place ahead of Anupab, and has slid into P5 and holds a nice tight line coming round. So he starts his recuperation work. 2 laps have been completed. He's moved up to P5.
Yeah, he's in touch. He gave himself some work to do, but he's getting on with it. And And currently we've got a BMW in P3, which is good. See Adam Norridin coming through there. And yeah, he's looking pretty determined. He's just got knocked back, as I said that. Apiwat has taken P3 back
from Adam Norridin, yes. But it's good to see the BMWs competing. Up at the front, it's the two Hondas of Haruki, who once again is being aggressive. This is the second real group. Gerry Salim is being led by Aslan Shah. So the BMWs behaving themselves a little bit better today. They've had problems. They haven't really been able to work out what their problems are.
That's right. And Gerry having a go. He's just got himself back in front of, who was that? Passawit, I think. That battle, yeah, it was Passawit.
It's the battle for P7. Passawit by 123.
Yeah, two class rookies there, so that's an interesting one. But back at the front, it's a rookie leading Zakwan, with Apiwat re-establishing himself in third. And P4 is yesterday's race winner, making up for his poor start.
Back on board with Kazma Daniel. There is some work to do, but there's plenty of time, unless Haruki is able to race away from him. He's setting a really good pace Haruki. His last lap time just outside 2:08. Zakwan at 2:07.9, the fastest so far. Sorry, Kazma's at 2:07.7, fastest of the race so far.
Yeah, interesting now at the front. Let's see what Haruki can do. He's got some little change. He was very focused.
Kazma's got himself up into P4. Adam Norridin going backwards on the BMW, so Kazma Daniel's recuperation continues. 2 laps ago, 5th last lap, 4th coming into this lap, and there's still 9 laps to go.
Yeah, he's got a wide tyre Yamaha just ahead of him, which will probably just get a bit wider. Good moment to have a look from the onboard camera on Kazma's bike.
That's the battle for P1 ahead of him. And immediately in front of him, he's got Apiwat on. Just seeing there how close the knees are to the circuit. Right leg goes out, and Haruki once again aggressively attacks the corner.
Yeah, just looking at the spreading out a little bit here.
Adam Norridin just beginning to get dropped a little bit, and he's holding up Anupab Sarmoon behind him.
Let's see how this BMW can go the race distance, but this front 4 are starting to get away. And Adam Norridin has a job on his hands, and so does Kazma Daniel. Oh, well, he's just gone past Apiwat.
You said it yesterday, he's such a confident racer. He's got so much ability anyway, but now he knows, he believes himself.
Yeah, but Apiwat is no pushover, as we know.
Apiwat was just pushing then, and maybe pushed a little bit. There was a little bit of a wobble.
He's giving it everything, yeah, and he's just lost some ground there after that, getting out of shape there. Adam is taking a nice little nibble at the back of that Honda.
So that's Kazma Daniel chasing Zakwan Saidi down this long straight once again.
Very good call by the production team to put the camera on this one in view of Kazma's poor start.
That's how tight they get to the camber. As they head down towards the start-finish line, it's P3. So from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 as they go over the start-finish line. Zakwan will be his next target. Haruki has been leading since lap number 1, Haruki Noguchi.
Apiwat was caught back up, and so is Adam Norridin. But that could be BMW power on the straight. Let's see as they get through the twisties. Haruki looks good here. Wide line through there.
Bikes reaching speeds of up to 295 kilometers an hour, which is Gerry Salim, who's down in P9. He's the man who set that particular time. But up at the front, Apiwat Wangtanan is still chasing Kazma Daniel in P4. Yamaha chases Yamaha, Honda chases Honda. Zakwan hasn't been able to make much of an impression on Haruki Noguchi. However, Haruki hasn't been able to get more than half a second clear of Zakwan. It's around about midway you begin to ponder about tyre degradation and how much work they're putting their tyres through.
Yeah, and if Zakwan is indeed holding up Kazma, that could be good news for Haruki Noguchi. See a gap there, and that group just stringing out a little bit behind them. Anupab still clinging on to.
Adam Noradin got through into P4 temporarily and then gets a good drive out of the corner. That's a good battle going on between Apiwat and Adam Noradin. When you're racing, you just use that tiny bit more rubber.
Yeah, and be interesting to see, as we still have more than 7 laps to go, how much rubber Haruki is using. I think we're going to Daniel.
Indeed, let's go down to Daniel Bugos in one of the pit garages.
So I'm down here at the Honda Asia Dream Racing paddock with none other than the team manager, Mr. Zohumi. So we want to ask you, we know the Hondas are very strong. They're very strong all throughout the testings, and we know that Zakwan especially had amazing pace. Did you expect this level of competition from the competitors?
This race looked like he still struggle on the entry the corner. Depend on our race yesterday. During warm-up coming better, but we think still not good enough. You can see entry time, Zakwan not so confident on the bike.
Thank you so much, and back to you, Baz and Derry.
So that's not great news. Struggling entry into the corners and losing a bit of time, holding up Kazma Daniel. It's not great news for Zakwan, it's great news for Haruchi, who during that little interview has increased his lead to over a second.
Yeah, he has. He was a man with a plan. As we saw how focused he was. Look at those eyes, as I mentioned, focus. My eyes are drawn to that helmet design. But yeah, this is interesting, and Zakwan's doing him a great service, his fellow Honda rider.
Not intentionally by any stretch of the imagination, but Zakwan is holding up Kazma Daniel, we suspect. Yamaha Genru Racing Team ASEAN winner yesterday. We are on board with him. This is Zakwan Zaidi holding him up, and in the distance, Kazma's made a pass through on the inside and closes the door. There is no switchback. In fact, Zakwan is in danger of losing 2 places because Apiwat was trying to get through as well. So Kazma's made his move at last. But
so now we'll see, look at as they come round after turn 15, let's see what the gap is this time and compare it with
he's gone wide, and Zakwan's able to switch back and retake it. The drive out for Kazma though is good, and the straight line speed is good, and maybe Zakwan was holding him up, or maybe not, because Zakwan has pulled out of the slipstream and he's retaken P2 ahead of Kazma, and Apiwat's come on, and Adam Noradin is there as well. The BMW is lasting the pace at the moment.
Yeah, I think the tyres may be struggling a little bit on that BMW. He got quite out of shape on the power as they came out of turn 15, but on that long drag to turn 1, he caught up again. Nice machine, that one.
There's the Kazma manoeuvre that got him initially into P2, but he's lost that place once again.
Yeah, which is more good news for Haruki, who had a lead of 1.8 seconds.
It's a big lead. That is a big lead. Although there is a long, long way still to go.
Yeah, just half distance now.
Sometimes the chasing riders, they need to work together as a peloton to get themselves back into lead contention. But they're so busy racing that it actually allows the man in front to get even further away.
Yeah, it's difficult to execute that plan. They're all fierce competitors. If they can, it's good. If one rider can just follow another and use them, but it's difficult. As Zakwan and Kazma fight it out at the moment for P2, and there's smiles in the SDG garage.
But there were smiles there yesterday, if we recall, and then it went a little bit pear-shaped. But Haruki Noguchi is doing his best lap at 2:07.5. That is quick. The lead is 1.8 seconds. It's a big lead. In fact, it's a full corner that he's got ahead.
Yeah, 207.5 was a fraction slower than the best time for Kazma yesterday, who was very clearly the fastest man on the track.
Wow, look at that. That is a big lead. Zakwan this time able to hold off Kazma Daniel in P2. Haruki Noguchi leads through there as the BMW of Adam Norodin tries to just take Apiwat Wangtananon. Can't get there. This looks more than 2 seconds now. This looks like he's increased the lead. It is now indeed 2.5 seconds.
He stretched out 0.7 of a second on 1 lap.
Big.
That's impressive.
A 208.5 lap for Zakwan Zaidi, competing with Kazma, who had a 208.8, a 208.7.9 for Haruki.
Yeah, Haruki's top speed, 289, that's just about the best. He was a little faster yesterday in a straight line, but today he's got more things going in his favour. As we just look at Anupam Samoon, who we haven't mentioned too much, but he's performing really well in 6th place and doing what he often does, which is just lurking behind the leaders so that he can take advantage of any mistake in front of him.
So long as you're in contention coming into the last couple of laps, that's what it's all about, but none of this little group are what you would call in contention. 2.5 seconds is a huge amount for Haruki if he is to lose it.
Yeah.
This is such an advantageous position.
Yeah, oh,
Kazma
again.
close.
I think he went offline then. So, and which is a good example of how they hold each other up. Zakwan defending, Kazma going offline, trying to get around him. More good news for the man in front, the 21-year-old Japanese reigning All Japan Super Sport champion. So, new into this series, new onto Superbikes, and leading this race in just over half distance by 2.5 seconds.
In the overall championship, Zakwan Zaidi had 58 points, Apiwat 54, Haruki 49. So Haruki within 9 points coming into this race of Zakwan Zaidi. This would, if he gets a race win here, that would really help. Further down, Aslan Shah is in P8. He's just overtaken Pasawit Tidabarak to move into P7 actually, but Pasawat tries to go on the inside.
Yeah.
What's the differential? It's 2.8. That gap has gone up even further, Barry Russell.
Yeah, it has. He can pace himself now at the front. So yeah, 4 laps left. That's 1/3 distance. 2.8 seconds.
This is the defending champion, Aslan Shah, down amongst the mere mortals. And this is the new top men. Zakwan Zaidi, P2, Kazma Daniel, P3, Apiwat Wangtananon for Yamaha Tyre Racing 4, Adam Norodin on the BMW, P5, Anupam Samoon, P6. That little group of 5 are busy racing, while Haruki is going further and further away.
Yeah, he can afford to pace himself now. I know he's only 21 years old, but I think he's got sufficiently mature head on his shoulders to pace himself. So he conserves his tyres. There's still quite a lot of race track to ride around as we take a look at the leader, the SDG Honda, beautifully prepared. We were talking yesterday, Des, about how calm everybody in his pit box was. They allowed themselves to crack a smile. Best lap 207.5, so yeah, that's quick.
So he can be lapping 208.5 comfortably and still do it.
Yeah.
So he can virtually lose a second from his best time, which means effectively a mistake a lap.
Yeah, it's his race to lose now.
Oh, it's a track all of his own. He's in Sugo already. The rest of us are still in Sepang. Haruki Noguchi leading the way. 3 laps to go. Zakwan Zaidi under pressure from Kazma, who got past him once but was then quickly overtaken once again. Apiwat and Adam and Anupam are all just lurking, as was the lovely word that you used, and it's quite apt.
it's true. Apiwat just needs to get a bit closer to Kazma and perhaps try to disrupt him a little bit. Adam Noureddin, have to say, on that BMW, which has struggled, he's doing a really good job there in fifth place.
That was Aslan and Yuki Ito under pressure from Gerry Salim. Yuki Ito P9, Gerry P10. TG Alberto, he's still out there, as Ahmed Daniel Heikel. They'll just be getting as much experience as they can, getting the Ducati through. And the Yamaha for Ahmed Daniel. But this man is racing away with it.
I think I'm right in saying that Haruki's previous visit here was in the Asia Talent Cup. And it's a very different machine to ride around here.
Probably half the pace, half the speed. But
yeah, different characteristics, everything, different lines.
Let's look at his form though. How is his form? Is it still good? Is it still strict?
Oh, he's looking tidy. He hasn't got out of shape.
Kazma makes his move, coming up the hill once again.
But Zakwan's coming back at him. They're still playing the game that Haruki wants them to play.
Closes the door to stop the switchback coming in from Kazma, but Kazma manages to get through anyway. What kind of a drive does he have out of the corner? Not good enough, but Zakwan is there. They are competing. They've forgotten about Haruki. Haruki's got this race won. This is a battle now for their own personal pride and for P2. Oh, Kazma has to stand up.
Yeah, aggressive move by Zakwan. That's a proper race for P2 there. And that will have helped Apiwat somewhat.
Zakwan in 2, and Apiwat will have seen that, and Apiwat, he devours opportunities. And the BMW of Adam Noureddin goes in, but and Noureddin's now up to P2 with 2 laps to go.
That was a nice little ambush. He made up 3 places.
Didn't have the straight line speed, couldn't hold on to it, as we're on board with Kazma. There's where he, ooh, that's close.
Yeah, that's what made him sit up. Now he's got Adam behind him, so that's a new rival, a new something new to listen to.
Kazma's dropped down to P5. Kazma was chasing a P3, looking for a P2, and just went a little bit wide, got mugged as Apiwat goes through into P3.
Yeah, this is really fascinating now. You can see Apiwat running again, that soft rear tyre, but it's lasted race distance okay because he's got plenty of speed now.
Apiwat Wangtanam, he's third. We just saw a little glimpse there of Haruki Noguchi racing his own race. This is where our focus is, which is rather unfair on this man because he is waltzing away with this. This lead is now 4 seconds plus. He's just metronomically done what, 2:08.3s, so a 2:08.5 is good.
Yeah.
As Kazma loses, or just gets a place back ahead of Apiwat.
Mistake from Kazma, and very much the possibility of a BMW on the podium. That would be a good sight.
That would be a real surprise as well, because they've underperformed, under-delivered. Not the racers, but the machine. So to get the machine back on track and get another manufacturer very competitive, really would be good.
Yeah, Apiwat dropping off there. I think this is all about how you can ride with worn-out tyres.
Well, we ignore Noguchi because he's gone through. Noureddin in P3. Oh, he's gone very wide.
Zakwan's got a problem. He had a gear change problem going into the corner there. You could see his foot flapping on the gear lever. He couldn't find the gears.
You could see him flapping there, and Kazma Daniel can get close as well. Luckily, he's got the pull down the main straight, but there he is. Look at this. The foot's going.
You can't find the gear.
That's a bit scary.
Yeah, but what a recovery.
They just must calculate things so quickly. I've got a problem. Here's my way out of it, and he's got his way out of it, but the BMW is still in P3 of Adam Noureddin.
Yeah, he was P2 as they crossed the line, and the gap to Haruki was 4.3 seconds. And we're on the last lap.
We are. So Haruki Noguchi is almost certain to pick up his maiden ASB 1000 victory. This is the battle for P2, and what a battle it is for P2. There's our race leader, Zakwan, followed by Adam, followed by Kazma Daniel on the Yamaha. The Honda leads.
Totally different race to yesterday, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this podium battle shakes out.
Adam Norradin just slid and took a different line to everybody going up the hill at corner number 9. The BMW has really stuck to his guns. That's beautifully done. There's the gap between the race leader and Haruki Noguchi on the Honda, being chased by Zakwan, but in a distant chasing. And they are looking very, very confident that there's going to be a first victory for SDG Motorsport Tark Pro.
The team boss has got an exhaust pipe ready to wave at him as he comes across the line.
Please don't drop it. Right then, Haruki Noguchi, what a performance from him. Battle for P2. Kazma Daniel's gone past Adam Norradin. Adam Norradin through the inside. The victory goes to Haruki Noguchi. P2 goes to Zakwan Zaidi. Adam Norradin on the BMW. P3, Kazma 4, Apiwat and Anupam. Hugs galore for SDG, but what a performance from Adam Norradin's BMW as well.
That was fantastic. Fantastic to see the BMW on the podium, and fantastic to see the calm in Haruki Noguchi's pit suddenly disintegrating into jubilation as he crossed the line there. Look at that. Very well deserved. It's been coming ever since he arrived at Buriram for round 1, and look how excited he is now. Compare that with the disappointed body language we saw yesterday as he lifts his hand and his eyes to the heavens. Wonderful stuff from Haruki Noguchi. He was untouchable there once he got away. He said he had a plan. He said he was focused on this race in Sepang, and he's just done it. He's delivered for himself, for his sponsors, and grins here from the 1XOX team. They're delighted as well at what Adam did with that BMW. Let's take a look at the eyes there. He's looking kind of calm, but so delighted with that win.
The eyes have it. They take the victory. Haruki Noguchi, 4 races at ASB 1000, a P4, a P3, a P2, and now a P1. 4 seconds clear of Zakwan Zaidi, who was 4/10 clear of Adam Norradin on the BMW. Kazma Daniel 4th, Apiwat and Anupar 5th and 6th, joined at the hip. Aslan Shah Kamruzan, a good day for the BMW in P7. Pasawit for the Estimo SI Racing Team, Honda in P8. Yuki Ito, P9, Gerry Sail in 10, TJ Alberto finishing the race, as did